Hi, I thought I would go over some articles, well, some old and new ones for stuff I meant to actually do videos on, but forgot to. Well, not forgot, more like I meant to, but then time constraints got in the way because I'm actually supposed to be in Arkansas right now, but ended up not going. Well, actually had to come back for a dentist appointment, which I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to them ripping this tooth out and being done with it. But yeah, I thought we'd go over some stuff and not just articles, but also some videos, just give my take on it. And the first one is something Clownfish TV actually covered, which is another redhead was blackwashed. I'm not going to put too much time on this. I just want to say it's very hypocritical at this point because if you don't, like, if that was done to a black character, the streets would be on fire. People would be throwing the biggest tantrum you've ever seen online and probably real life. But it's fine with doing this to gingers and redheads. It's hypocritical, it's bullshit. And it kind of just shows that Twitter is a den of hypocrisy considering they celebrate this on there and they're not banned. If this had been done to someone who was black or Latino, there would be hell to pay. There would be shenaniganery going on right now, but there's not. And for the record, not all redheads and gingers are white. Just to put that point out there. The other one that was also covered by Clownfish TV was by Mike Pond something. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. But he was attacked, well, slandered on Twitter, called a white supremacist despite the fact that he is black. They claim he wasn't involved heavily with the game. He was involved heavily. They bitched about the car used in the game being the same model as the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, which I haven't seen. I hear people say it's a good show or movie or whatever. I have not seen it. I probably should. And given how people bitch about it constantly, I now want to, just to spite them. It's basically the same thing with Goblin Slayer. You bitched about it. Now I'm interested. Another thing that was brought up was they accused the game of racism because two gangs were called the Voodoo Boys, who were Mike's commentary on cultural appropriation, which I think is a stupid thing, but it is what it is. That was his commentary, and another gang is called the Animals, who think of themselves as, well, powerful animals. And this isn't new. Mike Pons, whatever, he's been attacked before. He's been, ironically, by a bunch of white assholes who think they know better. And it kind of shows how hypocritical these people are. They say, oh, I'm all for helping black people. Yeah, till they're not on my side. Then they call them everything they want. They call them an Uncle Tom, a white supremacist. And this kind of reminds me of something that happened with Marduk, where they were accused of being anti-Semitic by Antifa, I think, because they had the gall of naming their album after the city where they recorded the album, which was Warsaw. Or I think it's a city. I'm not a very well-traveled person, so I've never been there. But also, Marduk has done tours in places such as Israel, open, whatever the razor fist joke was. They called them the white supremacists and anti-Semitic or whatever. And it kind of just shows how out of touch and idiotic and stupid these people are. Both Antifa for attacking Marduk and the people attacking Mike Ponsworth. I think that's his name. Again, I can't remember his last name. The Mike part's easier to remember, but it's Pond and something. After that, I go blank. But these are a bunch. The only difference is the attacks on Marduk kind of show why hipsters trying to enforce their ways on to other fandoms are treated with the enthusiasm of a porno shoot at a Well, actually, no, I can't say that. I'll probably get suspended off of here. But yeah, it kind of shows how dilettante they are. Same with the people who attacked Cyberpunk and the guy who made it. It shows they do not know what the shit they're talking about. Or they don't know the shit they're talking about. They're just making it up as they go along. If they get called out on their stupidity, they're like, oh well. They try to gloss over it. So, yeah, another reason Twitter needs to burn. Because these people are allowed to say this stupid stuff, slander people, and lie, and get away with it. And it's stupid. It's stupid, and it just makes you want to kill yourself sometimes when you see how stupid the human race has gotten. And it's like, can it get any dumber from here? Okay, this is a reason. And thirdly, there is one. ImageConk founder and Savage Dragon creator Eric Larson has called on those who refuse to take COVID-19 vaccines. Oh, I'm sorry, the Kung Flu vaccine. For whatever reasons to be social pariahs in order to force compliance. This comes from Bind the Comics. And I'll give my thoughts after I'm done reading it. Almost a year after the first response of COVID-19's... I'm sorry, not coronavirus. What's the word? Oh, beer bug. The beer virus. After the beer virus began to surface from Wuhan City, various vaccines are finally beginning to receive approval from various federal agencies and are starting to be delivered to the public. However, for some, the vaccine's mere existence is not enough to voluntarily receive any given inoculation. According to a study published on December 21st by Pew Research Center, about half of the U.S. adults now say they would definitely or probably get a vaccine to prevent the beer bug if it were available today. Nearly as many, 49%, say they definitely or probably would not get a vaccine at this time. While many supporters and proponents of the vaccine have painted those with skepticism towards the Kung Flu vaccinations as conspiracy theorists, the Pew Research Center found that in reality, among roughly half of Americans who say they would not get a Kung Flu vaccine, 76% say concerns about side effects is a major reason why they would definitely or probably not get it. A large majority of those who would not get Kung Flu vaccines also say a desire to know more about how well it would work and is a major reason why they don't currently plan to get a beer virus vaccine. Added the Pew Research Center, about 3/4 of Americans say it is at least somewhat likely that a vaccine for Kung Flu will be approved and used in the U.S. before they fully know whether it is safe and effective, including 36 who say this is very likely to happen. Pew also reported that nearly 8 in 10 say their great concern is that the vaccine approval process will move too fast without fully establishing that it's safe and effective. Despite the insinuation finding that a majority of Americans' concerns towards the vaccine had nothing to do with conspiratorial or political thought, on December 11th, Larson took to Twitter to insult those who currently do not plan to take a vaccine and call for the others to use social isolation as a way to peer pressure skeptics into taking the vaccine. Oh, what is this, high school? Seriously, are we still in the schoolyard? I thought we were done with this shit. Quote, once the vaccine is in active use, we are going to need to make sure anti-vaxxers and other numbskulls actually take it, wrote Larson, and I think that's going to mean making unvaccinated people social pariahs by not allowing them to attend sporting events, enter bars, restaurants, theaters, etc. Wow, what a Nazi. I'm sorry, what a communist. That sounds more like something a communist would do. Larson's call for public shaming was soon met with waves of criticism, though the veteran comic book creator refused to back down from his pro-vaccination rallying cry. What a dick. Seriously, I miss it when people in the comic book industry, well, I don't miss it because I wasn't paying attention at the time, but I miss it when they just made comics. They kept their mouth shut at the time. It's like that It's a Gundam joke. Make me laugh, clown. Well, I don't pay to listen to your opinion on stuff, Eric Larson, and I doubt you'll ever see this, but yeah, screw you. If I don't want to take the vaccine, I'm not going to take the vaccine. I don't have it. I don't need it. And you're a prick. And it's kind of funny when these, I'm pretty sure this guy might be a liberal. And it's funny, these liberal people who say they love freedom and all that, but they have no problem going down the road of despotism and authoritarianism measures. Like, they go right off the cliff with it. They go full Jonestown. But yeah, in response to one user who facetiously suggested that maybe we could make them wear a star too, drawing a comparison to the yellow badges Jewish people were required by law to wear within Nazi Germany, Larson stated that maybe you should get a deadly preventable disease because some asshole decided to sit next to you in a crowded bar. Well, he's a prick, but I should know he's a prick. That's just it. He's a prick. Eric Larson, screw you. I look forward to the day when all this backfires on you. Quote, simple solution. Everyone who gets the shot gets a 666 tattoo on their forehead. Join the club, said David Blue 12, drawing on the imagery of the mark of the beast as described as the Christian book of Revelations. Yeah, we seem to be arching towards that more steadily, don't we? Let me see. Another quote. How about if everybody passes the driving test, gets a driver's license, replied Larson. When I get vaccinated, I'd like a card saying I've been vaccinated, which I can show to prove that I'm less of a health risk to others upon entry to an event. When Katie Crypt asked Larson if he kind of hates liberty, don't you? Or if he kind of hates liberty, don't you? Larson asserted, that's the stupidest argument yet. No, it's fine. If you carry the plague and drink in a bar infecting others, I would want to infringe on your freedom, said Larson. If is that how you run things in Indianopia? Idiotopia? No wonder thousands of Americans are dropping dead on a daily basis. And the hyperbole comes in. Reporter John Miller, using National Center for Health Statistics and CDC data, claims that U.S. deaths this year are literally no worse than they've been in the last 10 and may even be on track to go down despite the virus. Well, he's not wrong. I'm looking at the statistics. They look great. And to simply put my thoughts on Larson's comments, typical of a entertainment hack. And yeah, screw him. Just screw this guy. He is everything I hate about the entertainment industry right now. They're a bunch of elitist snobs who think they're better than everyone. And if you don't agree, they get all hostile and, well, hyperbolic. They get overdramatic. I mean, if you channel more of that into your work and instead of into real life, I might have some respect for you. But since you don't, I'm glad I don't buy your comics. I hope your industry crashes and burns. Kind of like the Sodom and Gomorrah it is. Lastly and fourthly is the Monster Hunter movie, which is loosely based on the game, which I have not bought and have no intention to buy, has come under fire in China because of a joke in the movie. And all I really want to say about this is I find this hilarious. Hollywood is always pandering to China while alienating their own, countrymen. They're alienating people in the West nonstop. I mean, they have no problem talking down to their customers in America or Europe who don't like the stuff. But if it's China, oh no, they ready up the lube and bend over for these assholes. And some of the things about China, from what I hear, they're everything they accuse us of being. They call us xenophobic, and by they I mean people in Hollywood because we don't like their movies. Yet China sounds very xenophobic. They have a low tolerance of black people. It was something I learned from the Star Wars movies. Whenever they showed the posters in China, they either minimalized the black people or excluded them completely. They tried to hide the fact it involved black people. Some of the comments they made, I also found to be xenophobic. If you want to read these articles, I will post links to them down below. But on the off chance I don't, for the Monster Hunter one, I recommend the article by Variety. That's the one Mr. H Reviews used, and it's the one I'm responding to. And this one I meant to do a video on, but again forgot to. And all I can really say is, ha ha ha, China. That's what you, or not China, Hollywood. That's what you get. You pander to these people, and they don't like you pandering to them. They hate it. They think it's insulting and belittling. Hell, they're so sick of your crap, they've actually invented a term for people in Hollywood now, Biswa. White leftists. Yeah, we need to purge the Biswa out of Hollywood. And the comic book industry. And the video game industry. And it's just stupid. It's sad that this is the state we're in, but not much you can do really except don't buy their shit. Don't reward them for their shitty behavior. Which I plan on not doing. I am never giving Larson money. Oh, another Larson I can hate on is you and Brie Larson. Well, I can see, well, if you're related to her, I can definitely see the stupidity is genetic. If not, Brie Larson has my condolences to have a dipshit like you to share a last name with. And by that I mean Eric Larson. All the other Larsons of the world, you have my condolences. But yeah, this is just kind of the hyperbole of the left recently. And, well, actually, no, I'm not going to harp on that train anymore. I've already done it. Point is, it's stupid. Pandering to China is stupid. For God's sake, they have spies here. They want to own us. We owe them money. And you're constantly pandering to them. Unless making movies gets us out of debt somehow, I fail to see a point in trying to make more money from China instead of trying to make money in America and Europe. I mean, if it makes money in China still, bully for you. But why pander to a country that is full of crazy people, basically? And I don't mean the people there, I mean the people who run it. They're crazy, kind of. They have concentration camps where they send Muslims. After all the shit they pulled in the Hong Kong protest was ridiculous. I mean, for God's sake, people bitch about the cops. Here, I see the cops in Hong Kong and the way they act, and I think, my God, I owe every cop an apology for every shitty comment I've said to myself. That's how stupid the comparison is. But, yeah, those are just my thoughts. I just wanted to do one more video before I have these teeth pulled out. I probably won't be able to talk for a while. Well, I think I won't. And I thought I would do this because why the hell not? It's been a stupid day. I've heard nothing but stupid news. And yeah, that asteroid cannot come any faster. Like, I'm almost praying it comes. Because we need to hit that reset button. Humanity needs the big reset. And not the communist reset. Because we have gotten too hateful, too vicious, too petty, too greedy. I mean, there's some points you almost wish the beast would come and get it over with already. But, yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. And remember, the game was rigged from the start.